Wow. LPES. My goodness. We just finished the Panther Pride meeting a few minutes ago. I'm lying. It's like 4:20 right now. So maybe about, I don't know, an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes ago. So we had our Panther Pride a little while ago from when I'm recording this. In my time, it's Thursday. In your time, it's probably Friday, maybe Monday. But I want to start off by saying thank you so much for your patience. Mrs. Bammer talked about how perseverance is not giving up. And guys, none of us gave up yesterday when we were having our Panther Pride meeting. I appreciate my friends who were in the classrooms trying to follow along even though you couldn't hear the sounds that were happening. And I appreciate my friends who were sitting in the gym with us, our arthropods and our fish house, who were trying their best to stay focused and settled, even as Mrs. Bammer and Mrs. Hepler were trying all different things to try and get that sound to work. I hope you had fun, even though it was quite different than what we were expecting. We are hoping that next month in April, we are going to be able to enjoy some nicer weather and be outside together and our whole school come together again for our last few Panther Prides of the year. We'll have April, May, and one in June, I believe. So hopefully we can have those three a little bit smoother, a little bit calmer, and a little bit more fun because we'll all be back together again. But just wanted to start off today's Friday feeling with saying thank you so much, my friends, for persevering, for being patient, and for helping me out. I really appreciated it. That being said, I wanted to go over a few things just to make sure we're all on the same page. Mrs. Bammer did mention these yesterday when we had our Panther Pride, but again, the sound was a little finicky, so I want to make sure we all know. Next week, we have House Week. I'm so excited for this. It's the first time we've ever done it, and it's a way for us to celebrate all of our houses here at LPES. It's like each of us will almost be an honorary member of that house for that day. So on Monday, it's almost like all of us are arthropods. On Tuesday, it's like all of us are birds. So we're really getting to celebrate the different houses, come together as a community, and have some fun little celebrations in between, dressing up, being nice and colorful, all that good stuff. As we also talked about in our Panther Pride meeting today, thank you to my 3 climate committee members, Anthony, Grace, and Cross, who helped me out with this project very last minute. I kind of threw them up on stage and said, can you guys read these different things about autism? And they were great. This month is Autism Awareness Month. April 1st, we are kicking off this celebration. You're probably going to see a lot of your teachers wearing blue today. Hopefully you're wearing blue as well. And it is something that we like to really highlight here at our school because not only is Autism Awareness Month about our friends who may have autism, but it's also a time for us to really recognize that all of us have different needs. All of us have different things that we use to help us succeed, to help us stay focused, to help us learn, and to really honor those things about us that make us different and the things about us that may also make us similar. It's kind of nice leading into next week, our house week, when we're talking about the things that make us different, being in our separate houses, and the things that make us similar, all being a part of LPES. So this week and in the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking about autism awareness and those things that maybe help some people learn or the ways that some people act that may be a different way than you act or perhaps I act. As my friend said earlier today, autism is something that people are born with. It's not something you can catch. And it's something that their brain may process the world a little bit differently than yours does. So maybe someone with autism, perhaps things sound louder to them or things just feel more intense to them when they see certain things. There's all different ways that people with autism may act or may not act. It's not really just one thing fits all. Each case is kind of a little different. We're going to be listening to a story in a little bit that is about a lot of differences. It's called Just Ask. It's one of my favorite books. It's written by Sonia Sotomayor, who is actually one of our Chief Justices. So she serves on the Supreme Court. Very important job. Helps to make all of the laws and uphold the laws of our country. And she wrote a book because I think you're going to hear about it in the book, but I believe that she has diabetes. And as a kid growing up, she always felt like, man, I feel kind of different. And she wanted to write about her experience and to share other kids' experiences as well about the things that they have that maybe makes them feel a little different. And it's a nice way for us to highlight it and to also say that even if we have something that makes us feel different, it doesn't mean that we need to be treated differently necessarily. It doesn't mean that we need to have attention brought to us because of that thing. It doesn't mean that we need to, feel ashamed of it at all. So we're going to listen to Just Ask in a minute. But before we do that, I have something that I thought would be kind of fun as a little throwback. So way, way back, I think that our kids who are in 4th grade right now, I think you were in kindergarten when we did this. But way, way back about, I guess that was 4 years ago. I'm not sure if my math is right. We made a little video for Autism Awareness Month. And the video was all about things that make us different. Not just about autism, but it was about things like our hair color can make us different. The language we speak might make us a little different. The games we like to play, the sports that we like might make us different. And it was a great video that you guys all did, and some of your classmates from years ago, kids that are now in the middle school, did. I found this video and I thought it would be fun to kind of throw into this week's Friday feeling to let you see a little throwback of some of our 4th graders and to also just take some time to think about all the wonderful things that make us unique, that make us different, that make us special, and also some of the things that unite us, that bring us all together. So my one request, and this is really for my 4th graders, is to be kind. Because some of you are going to see your classmates when they were in kindergarten. And I think that it is just the cutest thing. I think it's a lot of fun. But to please be kind to our classmates. And so we aren't making them feel anything bad for seeing a video of themselves all those many, many years ago. You might also see some kids that you know from up at the middle school if you have older brothers or sisters or if you play on sports teams in town. So Mrs. Heffler has done enough talking. I'm going to pass it over to our old video for Autism Awareness, and then I'll be back with that book. Enjoy.
I'm different because of my sense of humor.
Some people have long hair,
And some people have short hair.
We're different because we're twins. Sometimes people have different colored eyes.
We're all different because we all have different personalities. I'm different because I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
We're all different because we have different faces.
People are different because they look different.
It doesn't matter how anyone looks, you should be treated with respect.
Some people eat different foods, and that's why we're different.
Some people like playing different sports. The best sport is basketball. Wait, what? Basketball. Basketball. Yeah, basketball. Sometimes people use crutches and wheelchairs to get around to other places.
Sometimes people have red hair.
Siamo tutti diversi perché parliamo un'altra lingua.
I'm different because I wear glasses.
It's okay to be different.
Some people are different because they're from different cultures.
Sometimes people have different colored skin.
Some
People sound different.
I'm different because I was born in Maryland.
Me too.
We're all different because our families have different traditions.
You should be kind to people, even if they're different than you.
Sometimes you can't see what's different about a person.
Did you know April is Autism Awareness Month? People with autism respond differently to the world than other people. Some people might sound differently or act differently than we do.
It's okay to be different. It doesn't matter if you're different.
It's okay to be different.
It doesn't matter if you're different.
It's okay to be different.
We all have different abilities.
It doesn't matter how we look on the outside or how different we are on the inside. Our differences is what makes us special.
I I thought that was the cutest thing. I loved seeing our oldest students in the school way back when they were our youngest students in the school, and they were so teeny tiny and so cute. I also really love seeing some of our students that used to be here. As I'm watching it, I'm even thinking, oh my goodness, that's so-and-so's brother, or that's so-and-so's sister. So it's kind of neat that you maybe got to see some familiar faces from quite some time ago. I hope you enjoyed. So, as I was saying earlier, we are also going to be listening to the book Just Ask, and it says, be different, be brave, be you. What a perfect book, not only for Autism Awareness Month, but really for any time and place. It's a little bit long, but I think you're going to really enjoy it. I found a version online that has some nice music going with it and some background sounds. It's not going to be Mrs. Hepler reading it, but it's going to be a few different voices, so it'll be almost like a little movie. So enjoy Just Ask.
Hi, I'm Sonia. My friends and I are planting a garden. Gardens are magical places. Thousands of plants bloom together, but every flower, every berry, every leaf is different. Each has a different smell, different color, different shape, and a different purpose. Some flowers need lots of sunlight, others thrive in the shade. Some have to be trimmed regularly, while others are better off left alone. Some flowers and trees are more fragile, and others are more hardy. Kids are all different too. Some of us are in a hurry, and others take more time. Some of us are shy and quiet, while others are chatty and loud. Some of our differences are easy to spot. Others take longer to notice. Each of us grows in our own way. If you are curious about other kids, just ask. Not everyone is comfortable answering questions about themselves, but I don't mind. What am I doing? Well, several times a day I prick my finger to measure the sugar in my blood, and I give myself shots of medicine called insulin. I do this because I have diabetes, and my body doesn't make insulin naturally like other people's. Even though sometimes this hurts, I gather all of my courage to do it to be healthy. Do you ever need to take medicine to be healthy?
I do. My name is Raphael, and I have asthma. It means I sometimes have trouble breathing. When that happens, I take a break and use an inhaler with medicine to make breathing easier. Quiet time helps me slow down and catch my breath. My inhaler is like a tool to help my body. Do you use a tool to help your body?
I'm Anthony, and I use a wheelchair to get around. Even though I can't run with my legs, I can go super fast. How do you get from place to place?
My name is Madison, and my guide dog Lucky helps me get places safely because I'm blind. My friend Arturo is blind too. He uses a cane to get around. Even though we can't see, we strengthen our other senses and notice lots of details others may miss. We can hear with our ears, smell with our noses, and feel with our hands. How do you use your senses?
I'm Vijay. I learn about the world differently because I can see, but I can't hear. I'm deaf. Most of the time, I communicate with people using my face and hands through sign language. It's cool to know another language. I also love reading and writing. What about you?
I'm Bianca, and I have dyslexia. So I have to work really hard and take my time when I am reading and writing words. Sometimes I use computer programs to help me. I love learning by doing things. My imagination is full of ideas, and I'm very good at making art from the pictures I see in my mind. Are you really good at something?
I'm great at dinosaurs. I know all about them. I'm Jordan, and I have autism. Organizing and counting all my toy dinosaurs again and again makes me feel calm. My classmate, Tiana, also has autism, but it's different for her. She doesn't talk, but I like to talk. I especially like to talk about dinosaurs. What do you like to talk about?
For me, listening comes more easily than talking, and I'm a really good listener. My name is Anne, and I speak with a stutter, so sometimes I repeat a word or get stuck when I try to say it. It may take me a little longer to express myself, and sometimes I'm too shy to talk, but I understand everything that's going on. Do you ever wonder if people understand you?
I do. My name is Julia. Sometimes I wiggle or make sounds that I can't control because I have Tourette's syndrome. People may look at me funny because they think I'm not paying attention or just acting out. But it's not true. I'm listening. I don't always like having to explain. It frustrates me. But it helps when I tell people that it's just what my body does. Do you ever feel frustrated?
My name is Manuel, and I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's also called ADHD. I can get frustrated when I really feel the need to move around, even though I'm supposed to sit still. When my teachers and friends are patient with me if I forget something or get distracted, I can get myself back on track. What's helpful to you?
I'm Nolan. It's helpful to me when the food I eat has a clear label that says it's nut-free because I'm allergic to nuts. They can make me so sick that I would have to go to the hospital if I ate any, even by accident. So I always tell people about my allergy and ask if any food has nut ingredients. Speaking up keeps me healthy. How do you use your voice?
I love to sing and I love to talk. I love to make new friends and be included. I am Grace. I was born with Down syndrome. Kids like me with Down syndrome have an extra building block called a chromosome in our bodies. But we are all different from each other too. I can do almost anything any other kid can do, though learning new things can take me some time. One way I learn is to ask questions. What helps you learn?
It's me, Sonia, again. I ask questions too. When something seems different or new, I just ask my parents or teachers and they help me understand, especially if my friends don't feel ready to explain. This is what I've learned. Imagine if all the plants in this garden were exactly the same. Like, what if we could only grow peas? This would mean no strawberries or cucumbers or carrots. It might also mean no trees or roses or sunflowers. Just like in our garden, all of the ways we are different make our neighborhood, our whole world really, more interesting and fun. And just like these plants, each of us has a unique power to share with the world and make it more interesting and richer. What will you do with your powers?
LPES. That just about wraps it up for today's Friday feeling. I hope that this book and also that look back on our Autism Awareness video that we made all those years ago helped us to think a little bit more and understand a little bit more about perhaps autism or other things that make people unique, special, different. And I love how they described it in this book, what our superpowers are. What are the things that we can do that maybe others can't, or the special things that make us who we are that maybe other people don't experience themselves. As you go through your day, I hope that one of the big takeaways you have from this is to be kind. To be kind to each other, to think about what other people might be going through. From this lesson, I don't want it to be a time where then you run and start questioning all the people that are different from you. I know the book is called Just Ask, but you can do it in a way that is polite, that is sensitive, that is caring, if we're curious about a friend. But there's a special way to do it that makes sure that we're not making them feel uncomfortable or embarrassed or calling someone out. And of course, we should never just assume that someone has something like what was mentioned in the book. We're never assuming that someone has autism. We're never assuming that someone has any of the other things that we talked about in here. It's very different when someone chooses to share that with you. But what I want us to take away from this is walking through the world with an open mind and walking through our school with an open mind and an open heart. And that being said, my friends, we are going to wrap it up today. So as always, LPES, stay kind. Goodbye, my friends.